We live from New Delhi, watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues to hold bilateral talks with the visiting world leaders, including President of Sri Lanka and UN Chief Antonio Guterres, on the sidelines of AI Impact Summit, focus on to add momentum to bilateral ties. Day 5 of the India AI Impact Summit to witness key sessions on climate, infrastructure and economy, with big tech names sharing their thoughts. Trump renews threat of military action against Iran, sets deadline of 10 to 15 days to make a deal or face consequences. UK's former Prince Andrew released from police custody after being arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office amid Epstein revelations. And on to the details now. Day 5 of the India AI Impact Summit to witness some of the biggest voices in global technology and geopolitics as world leaders, tech CEOs and policymakers converged to chart the future of artificial intelligence. Today's sessions include discussion on the future of artificial intelligence in Indian education system, enterprise transformation, shared infrastructure for innovation, scaling intelligence for food and climate resilience, and many others. During the 5-day summit, over 500 sessions are ongoing, featuring more than 3,250 speakers and panelists. The summit reflects New Delhi's vision of promoting AI that is inclusive, responsible, and transformative. Well, on Thursday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the India AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi, calling AI a turning point in human civilization. PM Modi unveiled India's Manav vision for ethical and inclusive AI and urged global standards for transparency and trust.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the India AI Impact Summit 2026 at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, calling it the world's largest AI gathering. With participation from over 100 countries, Prime Minister Modi said, India, representing 1/6 of humanity, is not just building new technologies, but adopting them at unmatched speed.
AI को मशीन सेंट्रिक से ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक कैसे बनाएं, संवेदनशील और उत्तरदायी कैसे बनाएं, यही इस ग्लोबल एआई इंपैक्ट समिट का मूल उद्देश्य है.
Presenting India's Manav vision for AI, Manav standing for moral systems, accountable governance, national sovereignty, accessible and inclusive access, and valid and legitimate use, Prime Minister Modi stressed that AI must remain human-centric and inclusive. Prime Minister Modi also raised concerns over deepfakes and misinformation, urging authenticity labels, watermarking, and global standards to build trust.
आज की एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने की भी है. डीपफेक्स और फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट ओपन सोसाइटीज में अस्थिरता ला रहे हैं. फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हम फूड पर न्यूट्रिशन लेबल्स देखते हैं ताकि हमें पता हो कि हम क्या खा रहे हैं. ठीक उसी तरह डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में कंटेंट पर भी ऑथेंटिसिटी लेवल्स होने चाहिए ताकि लोगों को पता हो कि क्या असली है और क्या एआई से बनाया गया है.
During the leaders' plenary, Prime Minister Modi proposed a roadmap to make AI more accountable. Prime Minister Modi said India sees fortune and future in AI, not fear, backed by talent, innovation, and policy clarity.
एक्सेलेंसी, एआई के एथिकल उपयोग के लिए मेरे 3 सुझाव हैं। फर्स्ट, डेटा सॉवरेनिटी को रिस्पेक्ट करते हुए एआई ट्रेनिंग के लिए एक डेटा फ्रेमवर्क बने। जैसे एआई में कहा जाता है, गार्बेज इन, गार्बेज आउट। अगर डेटा सुरक्षित, संतुलित, विश्वसनीय नहीं होगा तो आउटपुट भी भरोसेमंद नहीं होगा। सेकंड, एआई प्लेटफॉर्म अपने सेफ्टी रूल्स बहुत क्लियर और ट्रांसपेरेंट रखे। हमें ब्लैक बॉक्स के बदले ग्लास बॉक्स अप्रोच चाहिए, जहां सेफ्टी रूल्स देखे और वेरीफाई किए जा सके। थर्ड, एआई रिसर्च में पेपर क्लिप प्रॉब्लम का उदाहरण दिया जाता है। अगर किसी मशीन को सिर्फ पेपर क्लिप बनाने का लक्ष्य दे दिया जाए तो वह उसका एक काम के लिए दुनिया के सारे रिसोर्सेज को दांव पर लगाकर भी वही काम करती रहेगी। इसलिए एआई को क्लियर ह्यूमन वैल्यूज और गाइडेंस की जरूरत है।
The summit also unveiled the New Delhi Frontier AI Impact Commitments, with participating nations agreeing to advance real-world AI applications. The first commitment is to advance the understanding of real-world AI usage. Tripti Tripaঠি's report for DD India.
Well, significantly, at the summit, India's Electronics and IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw announced what he described as a key outcome of the India AI Impact Summit. The launch of the New Delhi Frontier AI Commitments. Calling the initiative a significant milestone, Vaishnaw said top frontier AI firms and domestic AI players had come together to endorse a shared set of voluntary principles aimed at promoting inclusive and collaborative AI development.
Today, leading frontier AI companies, along with India's own innovators, such as Sarvam, BharatGen, Gyani and Socket, have come together to make a set of voluntary commitments that reflect a shared vision for inclusive and responsible AI. First, advancing understanding of real-world AI usage through anonymized and aggregated insights to support evidence-based policymaking on jobs, skills, and economic transformation. The second is strengthening multilingual and contextual evaluations of AI systems to ensure that AI works effectively across languages, cultures, and real-world use cases, especially in the global south. Together, these efforts mark an important step towards shaping AI that is not only powerful, but also inclusive, development-oriented, and globally relevant. This initiative positions India at the forefront of building a global South-led perspective on AI governance, one that balances innovation with equity and real-world impact.
Well, as the India AI Impact Summit is underway in the national capital, we have some other reactions of prominent CEOs from Indian and global firms lauding Prime Minister Modi's AI vision of harnessing artificial intelligence to transform India into a global hub for innovation and inclusion.
It's a matter of great pride to see it, in action today, and the kind of, global pull that has come into India, to showcase support for the India's AI, showcase support for India's AI ambition is fantastic. I definitely believe that this is a major push towards, our sovereignty in the field of AI, and the kind of commitments that have been made today, especially from one of the commitments has been from our group, is all towards pushing the goal of creating sovereign AI India. PM Sir's vision on how India should be anchoring the world of AI and acting as a as not just purely as a disruptor, but also a stabilizer in this world. His vision of AI for all, AI, is very commendable, and I think India and the current government is uniquely positioned to be able to achieve this.
This particular summit has democratized AI. This has now become people's AI. More people are now aware and interested in this technology and therefore will benefit and use it than ever before. So I think in India, AI meets humanity. This summit is essentially about this no longer being an elite instrument or platform, but rather a tool for everyday individuals. Prime Minister's vision has always been clear. It's people first, planet first.
I think it's a moment for the world to come together on something that we know is going to change our lives, especially with Indians from across different parts of the world, Indians from across different parts of India. It's really humbling to see so many people come for something that's a new age technology, just like fintech. I think we'll also jump up in the AI race. So really good initiative. I really met some amazing people. And everyone's excited about India. That's the best part. I think the world is seeing a centralization of power for AI, and the PM's vision of making sure that everyone gets access to it itself is a big mission. We should all stand by and support it. It's very important that it doesn't become a global single power race, but a multipolar, accessible to all, open source probably, kind of an initiative. AI should be for everyone and good for all. Thank you.
Well, day 4 of the ongoing India AI Impact Summit witnessed the amalgamation of global leaders who visited country pavilions as well and experienced the AI revolution. Amongst the various country pavilions, one of them is the Bharat Pavilion that stole the show with showcasing the revolution, history and journey of AI. Here's more.
On day 4 at the ongoing India AI Impact Summit 2026, the foreign delegates visited the country pavilions and experienced the AI integration presented by many countries to the world that united under one roof at the summit and expo. The International Expo is featuring 13 country pavilions, showcasing international collaboration in the AI ecosystem. These include pavilions from Australia, Japan, Russia, United Kingdom, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Switzerland, Serbia, Estonia, Tajikistan, and Africa. Speaking about the summit, the foreign delegates from France expressed delight and said they are really impressed with the summit.
So far so good. We participated in the Rush event, which is a side event organized by France to promote AI in the field of higher education and science.
So I was really impressed. I arrived this morning and in 1 hour I will do a panel. So all come to the French Pavilion. The most wonderful panel of the day is here on the French Pavilion.
The international arena also displayed India's might in the AI industry through its grand pavilion called Bharat Pavilion with the message, "Build AI in India for the world." The visitors not only enjoyed AI experience through Gyan Bharatam, but also learned more about the revolution of chips.
And this is an opportunity to come here and see the whole gamut of AI evolutions, what is happening in India. So, and then of course we know that what is our true potential, and hats up to the government really solving the purpose and bringing together a lot of people from different facets, international, local students, and it's very much need of the time at the moment, I can see.
The ongoing India AI Impact Summit witnessed the presence of world leaders who graced the summit on day 4 and exchanged views along with voluntary commitment for inclusive and responsible AI.
Built in India, built for the world. With that motto, the Bharat Pavilion is giving an opportunity to the foreign stakeholders to come here and visit the progress of AI done by India. And not only this, well, it is positioned in the international arena, which is exhibiting other international pavilions as well, and giving a space to exchange the trades, the technology and the knowledge in the landscape of AI. With camera person Sunil Kumar, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi.
Well, as the world leaders converged in New Delhi for the India AI Impact Summit 2026, Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues to hold bilateral talks with the visiting leaders to add momentum to the bilateral ties. On Thursday, Prime Minister Modi held extensive talks with French President Emmanuel Macron on the sidelines of the AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi. This is President Macron's fourth official visit to India. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi met Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, in New Delhi on the sidelines of AI Impact Summit. Recalling the historical ties that underpin India-UAE ties, both leaders discussed bilateral cooperation and expressed satisfaction at the progress achieved in various fields. They also discussed ways to enhance cooperation in AI. Well, Prime Minister Modi held a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister of Netherlands, Dick Schoof, on the sidelines of the AI Impact Summit 2026. Both leaders exchanged views for harnessing AI as an enabler for economic and social transformation. Also, the leaders noted the conclusion of India-EU FTA negotiations and reiterated their commitment to work for its early implementation. They agreed to further strengthen India-Netherlands cooperation in technology and innovation and leverage new opportunities in the economic partnership. Both leaders committed to strengthen global fight against terrorism also. Well, Prime Minister Modi engaged in productive discussions with Switzerland's President Guy Parmelin on the sidelines of the AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi. They discussed strengthening collaboration in the economic sphere, including trade, investment and technology, especially with the implementation of India-EFTA Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement and future-ready partnerships in AI innovation. On the sidelines of the India-AI Impact Summit 2026, Prime Minister Modi met with Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. The two leaders reviewed the India-Greece strategic partnership focusing on trade, defense, tourism, culture and cooperation in AI and emerging technologies. They also discussed boosting connectivity through IMEC and expressed hope for early implementation of the India-EU FTA to enhance investment, technology collaboration and jobs. Well, Prime Minister Modi thanked Mitsotakis for Greece's support in India's fight against terrorism as well. And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. Member nations of Board of Peace pledge $7 billion for Gaza reconstruction and troop commitments at inaugural talks. US to contribute $10 billion to the board. France breaks rainfall record with 37 straight days of downpours as flood alerts grip the West. And world number one, Carlos Alcaraz came from behind to book a spot in the semi-finals of the Qatar Open, but it was the end of the road for Jannik Sinner. Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. And moving on, US President Donald Trump has given a fresh ultimatum to Iran, asking Tehran to make a meaningful deal in negotiations with Washington in the next 10 days, or else bad things happen. Well, the statement came amid the military build-up in the West Asian region. The warnings were issued days after the US and Iran held a second round of Omani-mediated talks, this time in Geneva, with the US seeking to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear bomb, something it says it is not pursuing, and Iran seeking relief from US sanctions. Trump has repeatedly threatened military action against Iran, at first over a deadly crackdown on protesters last month, then more recently over its nuclear program.
We're either make a deal or we're going to get a deal one way or the other. We're either going to get a deal or it's going to be unfortunate for them. I would think that would be enough time, 10, 15 days, pretty much maximum.
Well, Trump's comments came shortly after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued his own warning to Iran, saying if the Ayatollahs make a mistake and attack Israel, they will receive a response they cannot even imagine. Speaking on Wednesday, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian insisted we do not want war, but suggested Tehran could not give in to U.S. demands. Also, a previous attempt at negotiation collapsed when Israel launched surprise strikes on Iran last June, beginning a 12-day war that Washington briefly joined to bomb Iranian nuclear sites. And U.S. President Donald Trump convened members of his newly formed Board of Peace on Thursday, gathering world leaders in Washington to advance his plan for stabilizing Gaza. Trump announced that the U.S. would contribute $10 billion to the Board of Peace, an amount he said was small compared to the cost of war. He also said that other Board of Peace members had donated roughly $7 billion in total and that several countries committed to send troops and police to help stabilize Gaza. Trump said contributing nations had raised $7 billion as an initial down payment for reconstruction, though the effort faces major tests, including the disarmament of Hamas. Well, during the event, speakers approved the 20-point plan and offered their assistance on its implementation. Indonesia pledged up to 8,000 troops for an international stabilization force, while Egypt backed Trump's framework and said it would continue training Palestinian police and supporting early recovery efforts in Gaza. Qatar committed $1 billion to the board's mission, and the United Arab Emirates announced $1.2 billion in additional aid. Well, France has shattered its record for consecutive rainy days, with rain falling nationwide every day since January 14th, now totaling 37 days as of February 20th, surpassing the 2023 high of 31 days as announced by France's National Meteorological and Climatological Service, Meteo France. Well, the western regions, especially northern Brittany, endured their wettest January ever, triggering severe flooding along major rivers like the Loire and Garonne. 4 departments remain under red alert. 13 under orange as heavy rains persist. Storms Pedro intensified conditions on February 19th, dumping more precipitation across the country, but milder, calmer weather is forecast for next week, particularly in the south. AM links the escalating rainfall to the warming climate, which boosts atmospheric moisture. Similar storms batter the UK and Iberian Peninsula, while Central and Eastern Europe face persistent cold and snowfall. And in sports, world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz came from behind to beat Karen Khachanov and book his spot in the semi-finals of the Qatar Open, but it was the end of the road for Jannik Sinner as he lost to Jakub Mensik in 3 sets. Alcaraz had to fight from a set down before beating 7-seed Karen Khachanov in the quarter-final. The Spaniard rallied to claim a 6-7, 6-4, 6-3 win, playing his first tournament since completing his career Grand Slam at the Australian Open. Alcaraz will next face Andrew Rublev for a spot in the final in Doha. Meanwhile, the world number 2 Sinner went down 7-6 to 6-6-3 to 6th seed Mensik as the Italians come back from Australian Open semi-final defeat came to an early end. Mensik will play Arthur Fils in the semi-finals following the Frenchman's straight sets victory over Jiri Lehecka. And Milano Cortina mascot Tina welcomed 2026 Dakar Youth Olympic Games Lion mascot Ayo in Milan in a symbolic passing the torch moment ahead of Africa's first Youth Olympics later this year. Take a look. All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Vipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.